everybody. Welcome back.
Cannoli.
What's going on?
Nothing.
We're a big show here. We've landed George Santos as a guest.
We got GS.
We mentioned it in the last episode, but I was just going to mention it again until I interview him. I really hope that we can figure out a way to...
You just got attack right now, Ida.
Yeah.
Attack. Hit him up tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. I have to figure out a way to contact his team.
Busy guy.
His team.
Busy guy.
I don't know what that means.
Hit him up. Say, how do I contact
I have to
your
call
team?
Congress? Like, I have to call the House of Representatives and be like, hey, can I get in touch with Santos staff?
They're going to be
please?
busy tomorrow because of the UFO thing. So I would maybe.
Yeah, but is he going to be there? I wonder.
I assume he'll be.
I'm going to ask his ass about UFOs. 1,000%.
We're going to talk to him about UFOs. We're going to ask if the aliens are watching Drag Race. We're going to.
Yeah, and I love him. He's like a classic gay. I would love to tear up WeHo with him. It would be a
fucking dude. Gay Latino guys are top tier. They fucking kick ass.
That's so true.
It is.
That's so true,
dude. It is amazing.
Yeah, you should have had a gay Latino guy write the Barbie movie. Then it would have been a good movie.
Probably, honestly.
George Santos would have written a better Barbie.
Yes.
Than Greta Gerwig.
Yes.
And I'm sorry for saying that.
Yes.
You can't let the white blonde woman apparently make the movie about the white blonde woman because she feels shame about being a white blonde woman. You cannot feel shame if you're making Barbie.
Her name's Greta.
Yeah,
Her name's fucking Greta Gerwig.
It's a good name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's
It's
alliterative and it's German and it's her actual roots and it's cool. I like the name Greta. You're wrong about this and just the disgust in your voice. You're so horrified.
Goebbels' mistress or something.
I like her. I just don't like her for this film. I really don't.
Greta
and it
Gerwig
was not a good film.
Found in the bunker with Hitler. Is Greta Gerwig.
I've been taking adaptogenic mushrooms and they're phenomenal. The maca root has it's just done wonders for my mood.
I'm trying to get on stacks, man. I need to figure out a reliable stack I could stick to.
What do you mean a stack?
Like what do they call them? Supplement stack, like a good like ashwagandha.
Yeah. So I just started taking ashwagandha.
Lion's mane.
Dev was saying some worrying stuff about it, but it's in the coffee I bought. I just suddenly bought all these mushrooms, but I started with maca root, which I recommend if you have not taken it. If a brand would like to sponsor me, a good brand, you'd have to be stuff I would get on board with. It'd have to be organic.
Dream Brands, organic meats, farm to table meat delivery services. A lot of those. Dream. If you want to hook us up, we will fucking sing your praises if you give us some nice brown ribeyes. Not red ribeyes, brown ribeyes. Good stuff.
I mean, we'll take what we can get.
Not the dye. I don't want the dye.
You know what? I take it back. Whatever company wants to sponsor.
Yeah, anyone.
Yeah.
Prime.
But just so you guys know, we really kind of stand behind organic stuff for the most part.
I was at
we're a Bobby approved place over here. We're all about Bobby Parrish, even though John has decided to slander him. No, he's not flip-floppy. Okay, he says if you're having dessert, then if you're gonna have the sugar anyway, it's better to have something that's 5 grams versus. Yeah, he just likes sugar to be naturally sourced.
I went to a butcher today, and they were selling camel meat, which was pretty cool.
Is that cool?
Yeah, apparently it tastes just like ground beef. But anyways,
I ain't want that.
I was looking at some. I got some fucking.
I don't want to eat camel.
I got some pheasant sausages made with cognac and potatoes.
Okay.
I got a pound of ground wild elk.
Elk sucks. Fake news on elk.
Elk is good.
Elk is way too gamey, but not in a good way. Not like lamb.
I personally like gamey shit.
Yeah, gamey is good if it's like lamb or it's even hard for me. I mean, even the taste of grass-fed milk is too gamey for me.
Well, you want that corn-fed shit. There's actually
I know it sucks because it's just more of a neutral flavor than the grass fed. It's super gamey.
Well, they have a lot of pheasant, duck, some good duck there. I was thinking about getting some duck.
How much are you spending at the butcher?
They have ground duck. I think the most expensive ground meat they had there was $12, and when it came to steaks, they were pretty decently priced as far as.
Is it organic?
All organic, grass fed, everything.
Okay,
so that's the thing. So you're going there, you get a elk ribeye. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be $22.
Yeah.
But that same ribeye at Whole Foods would be $38 fucking dollars. So
Whole Foods ain't
also
expensive
they make dog food. But I found in their dog food list they make ground beef with liver, kidney, and heart in it, which I may just start. It's $6 a pound. I may just start buying that shit and eating that myself.
Interesting. You know, you're not on Twitter, but Twitter is now X.
Oh yes, I heard about
this.
It's
x.com. Okay.
It's still. It's not even.
It's like
if you type it in, it's x.com.
Yeah, it's like a porn name. It's amazing. It's X. It's just X. And again, no one knows if it's gonna stick. All right. It's just like something he's trying, something Elon's trying. But it's like I hate that he's treating Twitter as if it's a startup. And I know he has to like find a way to make it profitable. I sympathize with that. It's quite an undertaking. But to change everything about the app that we liked, and he wants to do this weird like kind of dystopian shit that they do in China called like they have something called like WeShare. And it's like this, it's almost like, have you ever seen the movie Click? It's like a universal remote, right? Everything you need is right there. So your banking, your fucking like everything that you hold sacred is there. And I don't like that. I actually like there to be different companies. I don't want Elon Musk knowing my banking. Like I don't, no thank you.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to share that information with you. This like all like, oh, this app is going to be everything. Audio, video, this, that. It's like, yeah, that's like way too ambitious. And we don't even know what you're doing with this company yet. Why would we just get on board with some rash decision you've made overnight? And it's like I've spent so much time defending Elon Musk and his various decision making.
Yeah, you're a Musk head.
I liked Elon Musk. Like I still like him. I think he's like a lovable autist, and I think he has a lot of great ideas, and he's made a lot of great contributions. I've always argued that regardless of what we think of him and his, personality or his thirst for fame, which he has a little bit of, clearly, he's a net positive for society. But he is showing ever since acquiring Twitter, he has no he doesn't care at all about like what use this serves the public. And also there's no free speech. There's no free speech. Ian Finance, okay, got fucking suspended for a week for saying faggot. You kidding me? The whole point was so that we got you here so we could say faggot. And you won't even let us do that. And you're going to change the name of an iconic bird. It's an iconic bird. Okay, well, you don't have to like Twitter. You don't have to enjoy what it does. You don't have to enjoy the discourse, okay? Certainly I don't at all times, but it's a bird that we all know. It's the word tweet is a word that has been indoctrinated into the English language. People know what it means to tweet, both as a verb and as a noun.
What is it going to be on x.com? Is it going to be a tweet still?
I don't know. They're going to give it gender neutral pronouns, probably. It's gonna be a I mean, I'm like, you can't even say retard without feeling like you might get fucked with, and that's not okay. Like, you shouldn't give us the right to say it. Let us say what we want to say, and you're not even letting us say what we want to say. People are still getting fucking suspended. So the one thing that we brought you here to do, you didn't even do. You didn't even do that. So what's the point? So that you can just have some weird universal remote control and get all of our banking access? I don't want that. The one thing I've always been skeptical of with Musk is that he's making himself a likable and sympathetic character in the public eye so that he can ship us one day. And then ship us to Mars, okay? In a
big arc.
Yeah. In a fucking reverse, Titanic. Or what is it? Titan, Ocean Gate, submersible. Yeah. I mean,
it's gonna explode.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I'm always gonna be weary of the billionaire, but I always gave him the benefit of the doubt. And you fucking didn't reinstate Kanye's account. I should have known right then and there. I should have known that when he acquired Twitter and he didn't and he banned Kanye West, I should have known right then and there. This man does not care about free speech. You care about free speech, you're going to ban Kanye West, the guy that you have said is one of your biggest inspirations. Pretty fake.
I have wet hands. I can't open this water bottle. It's frustrating me.
What kind of man are you?
A soy boy, apparently. Jesus fucking Christ. I just need dry hands. They're all
soy
moist.
Face for the camera.
You want to get the real down low thing? Ever since losing all the fucking skin on my hands are very like soft and delicate. It's hard for me to open things sometimes. Gotta rebuild these calluses. Sorry, dude. I had a pox disease, okay?
You're just a huge faggot, John.
No, it's tough.
Man. I can't tweet that to you.
Hold on. I can't even get a good... There we go. Bad boy. Bad boys for life.
By the way, that's like every woman's favorite brand of water is that one. Essentia.
Well, it's made in Bothell, Georgia, Washington.
Oh, is it? Is it USA made?
USA made, and it's...
fabulous.
Yeah, why is it a chick water? I don't know. I just like the plus on it. Reminds me of Switzerland.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's nice. There's something calming. It looks like a first aid kit.
Yeah. It looks like a video game water.
But Elon Musk, what a disappointment. I really spent so much time defending this guy. And by the way, I've never claimed to defend his weird little army of men that are like obsessed with him. These like 20-something entrepreneurs or fake entrepreneurs, excuse me. Like they think that, these 28-year-old guys, like they think that they're going to be the next Elon Musk. I'm like, buddy, you would have already been somewhere pretty big by now if you were going to have it. If there was any indication that you were going to be some massive entrepreneur or even a fraction.
Yeah, if you invented PayPal, you know what I mean? Like that's
right,
crazy.
Yeah, let's talk when you invent the next, next Google.
That guy's been knocking it out of the park for like fucking 30 years.
Yeah, so it's just like, and people are like, well, don't doubt him. He's always like, even when he's down, like he always surprises people. I mean, yeah, he surprised people as it relates to like engineering on like a Tesla. Yeah. Not on a social media company. Like this is a fucking public utility. This is what people use. And Threads was a big bust. Okay, everybody thought Threads was going to be the new thing.
Threads.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. And John's on Instagram. He's not even on Twitter, and he knows about Twitter. No, Threads. You didn't fucking know about Threads, dude? No. Instagram created a Twitter for Instagram. And it just follows all the people you already follow. So you'd be following everybody on the planet on Threads if you, So it's I was on it for like a second. I don't use it. I don't even think I follow anyone on there. I did the one thing where I was like, no, I don't want to follow everybody that I follow on Instagram, on Twitter. I do not care what all these people have to say. I actually will probably be repulsed by most of their thoughts. So out of respect for the people that I do follow on Instagram, I was like, no, I don't want to see their thoughts. I know I'll just then hate the people that I have a friendly relationship with on Instagram because their thoughts are probably meaningless and stupid, and not that mine aren't, but they probably wouldn't like me either. So that was a bust, and now it's like Twitter is going to be X. We shouldn't have to know about the comings and the goings of different parts of Twitter. We should just be able to use the same app that we've always known and loved, that you said you were going to come save and fix without knowing every little thing that you're doing, because you shouldn't be making massive moves and decisions like this without, any forethought. I mean, he did this just off of a whim, it seemed like he's just like, okay, gonna go live later tonight, and he thinks he's like being cool by like tweeting out like, all right, do we like this? Oh, we like this? Okay, gonna add it to Twitter. It's like, what is this? This is crazy. Just leave the app alone. You can make slight changes here and there. Obviously, every social media company has to evolve, and you have to change the interface occasionally, and you can add different functions and tools and stuff here and there. You could try different things. Like Spaces actually is something that ended up being good, even though it doesn't work when people are trying to announce their presidency. But there are certain things you can add, certain things you can implement, but it shouldn't be like a constant, you shouldn't change the entire concept of Twitter. It's like, that's the whole reason we asked for your help here.
Yeah.
And you can't, to take it upon yourself to change every single thing about this app and just make it what you like. Talk about like the biggest narcissist on planet Earth.
Twitter was kind of like Woody in a Toy Story, and Andy had Woody, right? But Andy was a complete cuck. And then Sid got a hold of Woody.
I don't remember Toy Story.
You remember just one of the little sadistic bully
I love how your input here is about a children's story.
Yeah, the little sadistic. You don't remember the little sadistic bully in Toy Story that got a hold of Woody and started doing all the experiments on him and shit?
I don't. I saw Toy Story and I never cared.
Elon Musk is Sid, and he grabbed Woody, and now he won't stop fucking with it.
He's fucking with the Barbie doll.
And it's Andy. We're Andy.
We like justice for the bird, okay? We want the bird. We like the blue bird. It's a nice blue bird. We know it. We love it. We've become accustomed to it. It's never anything that we wanted to change. And you're coming and you're changing all of the fundamental things we liked about Twitter. You know what else? I fucking like the check marks. I want to know when it's a notable figure. When George Santos tweeted me earlier, he should have had a check mark by his name, and he should not have had to pay for it. He's a notable figure. He's a public figure. This idea that there isn't a difference between public figures and regular people. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying one has made a conscious decision to live a public life. Thus, they are going to be treated as such. And I would like to be able to comfortably make the distinction when I'm on Twitter, whether or not I'm reading the tweets of, the president of the United States or some guy parodying him. And that check mark does a lot to save me time in deciphering the difference. Okay, I should not have to sit there and look at the follower count of somebody to see if it's the real guy. Give me the fucking check mark. Also, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's nice. Most of the people on Twitter that are tweeting in the first place, it's 10% of the people that are on Twitter are tweeting. There's not even that many people on Twitter, but it's still a very influential app, and it's where a lot of the discourse takes place. As much as I don't want to say that, it's like lame or whatever, it's like true. It's just what it is. And fucking it's where the news hits first. And now it's just like a cesspool. And by the way, never had more bots in my life. My whole life.
I thought that was the whole thing.
His whole thing was we're gonna data scrape and bot scrape and we're gonna purge the bots. I'm like, it sounds like, what is that, like a diversion tactic? You say that and then as you say it, I get hit up constantly by bots. I've had to block so many fucking bots in the since he acquired Twitter. It's mind-blowing. So it's extremely strange. Then there was the rate limit. Now you're limited to a certain number of DMs every day, which who's DMing that much? But it's like, we shouldn't have I just want to know that I could send as many as I wanted without being limited.
What's the limit?
I don't know. I've never even come close to it because I don't really use my DMs that much. But yeah, it just was like, it's extremely annoying. We're at his, mercy essentially to be able to just preserve the things that we liked about the app. Can you let us say what we want to say, please? Thank you. And I don't like his and again, this is coming from someone who I feel I'm like a woman scorned. I spent so much time defending this guy, and he's fucking everything up, and it seems extremely narcissistic. Like every single decision he's making. He also does interviews with like sycophants. So if I sat here and praised him all day long and hung out in his comment section all day or his reply section all day long on Twitter, there's a chance. I mean, in a distant universe, but there is a chance I could get his attention at some point. And like I know a podcast that had him on, and it's a person that I know, and I couldn't believe that. I was like, that's great, you're interviewing Elon Musk, but I also see that like he seems to really respond to like a sycophantic cult of personality that's being built around him on Twitter now.
There's no billionaire with a cult of personality like him, and I think he realizes that, and he's kind of doing this like he's Streisand affecting everything. He's just like fucking, not Streisand effect.
It's like his man cave now. Like Twitter's like Elon's man cave now, and it's annoying. It's like it was cool when you were just a prominent figure on Twitter, and that you used this app because you, like us, enjoyed the app for what it was. Now that you have all this control over it, it's like, oh, you didn't actually really like the app. If you liked the app, then you would have you would have an investment in preserving what's likable about it. So in fact, it's now just going to be, it's the big Elon app. Everything is about Elon all the time, and and he's always responding to people that are, he has like, I think there's like people on the Elon payroll that just like, it's their job basically every day to tweet out Elon propaganda of like, oh, he's doing this, 48 active million users. He doesn't even need to pay a lot of the people. A lot of people will just, I know people that will just they will do it for him. They don't need to be on any payroll. So I guess I shouldn't even accuse them of that, because the idea that you would have to be paid in order to speak on someone's behalf, forget it. No, it's people who are going to do that for free for you. You should be paid. You should be fucking paid, but you have to, if someone gave me an offer, I'd give it a good hard look. All right. And I'd be like, how can I make this believable? Because I can't be dishonest about it. And it's like, I know so many women that are just like tweeting at him, waiting for him to reply so they can go viral and get a bunch of tweets and be on Elon's radar. And like all of these things are very tempting, but like, as human beings, hopefully with like a heart and a soul and a brain, like you should try to fight these urges you have to just be a hanger on of somebody else. Like that should, even if it could really materially benefit your life, does it spiritually benefit your life? Does it intellectually benefit you as a human being? Do you feel smarter after doing that, after just being a sycophant and kind of subscribing to this idolatry of a human being that has clearly done better than you? Do you just want to be a subservient voice in an echo chamber, or do you want to actually have like thoughts and opinions and sentience and like will and individuality and autonomy and actual opinions that are yours and not of somebody else's that is just smarter than you, so you adopt everything they have to say? He might be smarter than you because he's a genius, but you are a human being with instincts and hopefully a moral compass and somebody that can discern whether or not someone's trying to fuck with you or not. And I feel like in some way right now Elon is trying to fuck with us and see who is just like going to be someone that's going to be a mouthpiece for him, and then who are the people that he has to get rid of that are, kind of not on board with what he's doing here. Like it affects other people. There's a lot of people around the world that get their news from Twitter, that this is their only, like the Iranian Revolution, like Twitter was one of the only tools that they had that they could communicate with each other.
In a lot of places because of its ability to mobilize people. Most significantly Nigeria.
I don't know if it's most significantly, but yeah, because it's pretty significant.
Largest economy in fucking Africa.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of different people that use Twitter and need its functionality in order to, be able to maintain the quality of life they've had while having that tool available to them. And now they have to take a massive leap backwards because you've decided that, like, you know, you're fucking, you know, Alexander the Great or something. I don't know what you think you are, like mobilizing an army of fucking crypto fascistic fucking nerds that, like, you know, learned about Bitcoin in 2018, whether it be through, like, you know, real autistic merit or just like a stroke of luck, and they became, you know, billionaire Bitcoin millionaires or whatever. And what they don't understand is that you're actually still fundamentally a loser because you still love people like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson. You're not really like a man for yourself. Like you still have to look to a lot of, and you said something right recently where it's like you should only have heroes that are dead. And I don't necessarily know that that's true, but I kind of think it is true, especially for guys. Like it gives you a standard of, you know, where you're not able to like look for their approval in some way by like tweeting at them and having a parasocial relationship with them. It's super unhealthy and weird.
Hero worship is very healthy, but
I don't know
you should try
even if that's true.
I think it is. I think like there's hero worship has been a thing since the dawn of time, since people tell stories. But like the thing is like your heroes back in the day, like Hercules didn't fucking exist. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I think your heroes should be either dead or if the ones that are living that you really respect, you should be able to kill them immediately in your head. Like you should be able to just be like, yeah, if you love Elon Musk, you should be able to block him and realize he's a bad person very quickly.
You should just be able to look at people with a discerning eye and have a healthy level of skepticism as to what their motives are when they're making decisions that affect your day-to-day life, even in a small way, like through a social media company, because that is kind of collectively a really big tool, especially if you're like an entertainer or somebody that's trying to like create something and make something and show it to people and give it exposure. When your livelihood is being fucked that way. And he's like, well, now you can monetize. It's like, well, maybe we don't want to monetize on Twitter. Maybe I don't want to make any money on Twitter. Do I need money? Yes, absolutely. I fucking need money. Join the Patreon, by the way. But I don't need to make it. I don't need to make it through fucking Twitter. Okay. If you want to tip me on Twitter, that's very nice. And I'll never say no.
That's
but
crazy.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, I don't, this is not what Twitter is for. Twitter is a place to say your thoughts and have conversations with people, and we don't need the long paragraphs either. This isn't Facebook. I don't want to know about, you know, I don't need to hear about some mom's, you know, daughter's liver transplant, and I don't need to know all that, okay? So I don't need everyone to have the ability to write a fucking novel on there. But and the stuff that you give to people that sign up for Twitter Blue, that should be available to everybody. This ploy to get Twitter Blue up, it was a failure. It was a failure from the start. You were never going to turn this into a subscription company. The idea that you think that you can is insane. You should reverse it. You should reinstate everybody's fucking check mark. Famous people are famous, and we should be able to distinguish who they are.
Yeah.
I should be able to know if it's Britney Spears or some faker, okay? Give the people their fucking legacy check marks or whatever, just so I can know when I'm tweeting at like a fake Elon Musk account or the real one. Like, enough already.
Yeah.
And this it sucks. I don't care about these crypto nerds or whatever. You will never not be a nerd just because you made money from Bitcoin. You will never not be a dork just because your Ethereum, you know, went up. Mm-hmm. No amount of money can buy swagger. It cannot. You have to exude cool on your own. And Elon did for a minute there. And now he's extremely gay and lame for everything he's doing here. And for being somebody that doesn't really like to talk to anybody seemingly anymore that has an opposing viewpoint. So now he's creating an echo chamber in which he's king and he's president, and all of his little, like, you know, he has under him, he has like other little billionaires, you know, I'm sure like Kim.com, who I liked and I was like Clubhouse friends with, he's in there. You have a bunch of other powerful people doing your bidding for you. I'm sure Jack Dorsey's on the payroll. He's going to say everything to support you because he has, you know, a stake in this monetarily. Mm-hmm. And then underneath that, you're going to have all the people below them that are just trying to get in the reply section and like get attention on Twitter, all to get attention from Elon. Like he's fucking Kim Jong-un now suddenly.
Yeah.
He's not the lovable autist that we all knew and loved. Now he's just some weird guy in a power trip. It's like, can you go back to the fucking rockets? Just launch something in outer space. Get it out of your system. Stop fucking with us. We're just trying to read the fucking news. We shouldn't even have to talk about you this much. No one should care this much. Like, but you're making it impossible. You're making it fucking impossible.
Imagine how pissed he's going to be when he finds out he's the only aerospace company that doesn't have access to UFOs.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
I think that's why he's so adamantly against the aliens.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a stake.
He's like, yeah, because he's like, why don't I have fucking UFOs to play around with?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think he is a human being like everybody else, and all human beings are fallible. And the one big problem human beings have is the greed and their obsession with power and money.
And fear of death.
And Elon Musk is certainly no exception to that. We are seeing his big ego trip before our very eyes. And like I said, have always defended Elon Musk. I liked it better when he was giving large sums of money to the ACLU because Amber, Heard gave a good blowjob and it was good enough for him. And he was like, well, here's $200,000 to whatever you're into. And it was the ACLU. He was much better when he was just like, the elusive nerd, and he was just like the charismatic guy that occasionally made a corny dad joke online but then followed it up with something actually funny, and then you're like, okay, great, and you're willing to do interviews, and great, awesome, you should become
a pro plaintiff for the ACLU. You should take every woe you have with things like Twitter and just like contact the ACLU. Just anything you just said over the past 2, even Barbie, like everything, you should just send in an email to the ACLU, see if they'll bite.
The ACLU sucks ass now too. Everything that we thought was good is now bad. Everything that we thought was there to like uphold, like, the ACLU used to be fucking awesome. And then now they just, it's so sad. It's so sad. I mean, and really pretty soon Elon Musk is going to be president or something. And like, we're all just going to have to deal with it. And there's going to be a line of men that will just go into battle for Elon. We're just waiting for Elon to give him the order. All right. It's like, I don't want to bet against Elon. It's like, yeah, sure. Don't bet against. I'm not saying bet against him. I'm saying what he's doing is wrong. Some people are like, well, he's going to do big things because he's traditionally done big things. I'm like, yeah, that's not always the point. The point is not always to wow people. Sometimes, yes, he's created a lot of cool things that we're all going to get to use, but now he needs to preserve something that he actually already thought was good. I don't even care about Twitter that much, but I like it. I've been on it a long time. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking cesspool.
It's got no trigger discipline.
But I mean, the people that hate Twitter are the ones that like can't get off of it. I'm like, I have no problem getting off of it. That's why I like it, because I can go 3 or 4 days not being on it constantly. I like peruse here and there, but I'm not like addicted to it. A lot of people that like, Twitter sucks, and I'm like, right, that's why you're on it for 18 hours a day,
Disgusting.
Because you love it deep down. Like, you actually love Twitter. You just refuse to like accept that. So you have to act like you hate it. But really, all those people, like all the irony kings on Twitter, like, they're fucking hating this X shit. They just can't express discontent with it because that would make them lame. Even though they are lame. Tweets? They are lame already, huh?
Those are the people who make funny tweets.
Yeah, the ones that actually tweet. The ones that are tweeting for 18 hours a day. A lot of them are like, QAnon leftist fucking, or not QAnon leftist. They're QAnon or leftist. But a lot of them are leftist, like weird voices that don't actually represent like left politics necessarily, but they think they do. And they're anonymous half the time. And sometimes I think they're federal agents.
They smoke too much weed.
Yeah,
they hang out.
Exactly. They have they're not. Yeah, you don't know who they are. They fucking talk about gender science, whatever it is. Like,
I know a few of them, and it's like they always they just have some menial job. They're like a DJ.
Yeah, and so they're going to be the hardest hit by this, because what are they going to do for most of their day now? But they have to act as though they have to act all nonchalant, like, oh.
Yeah, they're usually like very cool people.
Right, but when
they
Twitter
wear a Carhartt.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to last. Like, again, I don't think this is going to be a successful move on his part, but I really wish he would just stop fucking with everything, because he's making like his public image like, yeah, buddy, you got a lot of yes men around you that are going to tell you you're great and awesome, and you can log on to Twitter and just see like just an endless fucking supply of people kissing your ass, but people outside of Twitter, outside of that echo chamber, are going to have a problem with it, and hopefully some people will actually say something about it. But the unfortunate thing is, like, not that many people are on Twitter, and that's because most people can't read, and most people have no comprehension for any concept bigger than like a cat video on Instagram or a fight with their their baby daddy on Facebook. Yeah. Or fucking like, I don't know, like, a robotic algorithm being fucking shot at them from TikTok. It's just, it sucks. Like, social media is a hell too. It's all a hell. Just
it's mind numbing. It's overstimulating.
Yes,
it's overstimulating. It bothers the fuck out of me. Everything stimulates you so much these days. And my brain isn't meant to take this. Right. I feel like it's exploding. I wake up and my brain's like a goo. I'm surprised it's not leaking out of my fucking nose. It's like it's just, and that's honestly the main reason. It's like I feel like Instagram's like my smoking.
Right.
Twitter would be like smoking and drinking, and like fucking being on Facebook would be like smoking, drinking, and doing crystal meth. So it's like I had my time on Facebook. was.
There's no fun social media really anymore.
Nah.
In my opinion.
Instagram's useful because you just get little bits of information, cool little funny videos. I'll show Ida
But Instagram's a hell too, dude. The other day I posted, like I told you, I tried to post the word bitch with a star, and I couldn't even do that. They like warned me. They're like, you might get reported, and I'm like, well, so are you gonna report me? Or
that's so annoying.
Is this like a warning from a teacher? Like, are you sure you want to use the bathroom? Because I really disapprove of it. Like, I really disapprove, but I guess you can go. It's like, bitch, I have to pee. Like, let me say bitch.
I hated that when I was like, I need to poop, dude.
Okay, well,
they're like,
John,
why are you not fucking...
Time and place, please.
Sorry, I can't talk about that.
You can't talk about that. This is not a safe space.
A safe space for
your
John.
Fucking bowel movements.
I'm a little boy. I need to go I use potty, and the teacher wouldn't let me. But yeah, what's going on right now?
I mean, that's what's going on. The fucking social media that we liked is gone, essentially. It's being fucked with every day. Fine. I guess all social media is a hell. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't want to let you say anything, but then he creates like a Twitter alternative.
What's his Twitter alternative?
But he doesn't want it to be political. I'm like, right, so what are people going to talk about?
Beautiful day today.
Are you going to you want people to write paragraphs about BBLs? Like, is that what you want?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what Instagram really is. Like, you can't really, it's hard to kind of shift away from that. I kind of tend to think that there's going to be another thing that pops up pretty soon that we're all just going to have to, that everyone's going to get really, really addicted to.
I think we got the fucking General Motors, Ford, and Toyota already out there, and I don't think anything new is going to pop up for a while.
There might be something else.
You know what's going to happen is the new one won't pop up until there's a new kind of internet platform. So when you get like when Meta becomes a thing and we're like now walking around in a virtual reality world, then the new thing's gonna pop up. There needs to be a new frontier opened up.
Yeah.
Before we've already accessed the I think we've reached the singularity when it comes to 2D internet. We're sitting in front of a screen, be it a phone or a computer.
Well, but 3D hasn't really it's not been as promising as it
will be though.
As it said that it was.
Well,
Oculus
I think it's going to be
kind of a failure.
I think it's going to be a combination of augmented and virtual reality. I think those you're going to live partially. Probably. Most of it's going to be augmented reality, where you're going to be kind of like imagine like Twitter meets Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Oh yeah, because it's interactive.
So I just think I just came up with the new media platform. I'm patenting that. I'm mailing that idea to myself tomorrow. Yeah. Don't you ever take that, Elon Musk. So it's gonna be like Twitter meets Pokemon Go, and then you're gonna and then there's gonna be like full virtual reality, and then that's gonna be more niche.
I just wish we could see what Bob Grant would have to say about it. We'll do a little.
Oh God, we're doing more Bob Grant.
That I was told as a young boy, maybe some other people were told about. Well, you don't go into this neighborhood. You don't go into that neighborhood.
It's
this
nice.
will happen to you.
He sounds like my grandpa.
This is not him talking.
The blacks who want to believe
he's going to respond.
Every time a crime is committed against them by a white is racist, now they'll have reinforcement for that because of this decision. The people of Howard Beach have been labeled, unfortunately.
Yeah, this might be the...
Now, let's talk a little bit about these three who have been convicted. They're not exactly the cream of society themselves. This Mr. Lester, the young man Lester, if I remember, the incident's a year old. In his immediate statements to the police...
See, they all come at him talking so seriously about their...
He's interesting.
They were rounded up.
Because he's like an intelligent guy, but he's just fucking fed up.
He's so funny.
He's so fucking fed up, and
I just
he's
wonder
witty.
how much of him knows that he's being funny and how much of him is actually angry, or if it's combination.
Well, he wasn't indicted,
right,
for saying that.
Right. Okay.
As a teenager, I think you could allow him a little latitude in saying something dumb and stupid. But are we going to focus on John Lester and try to create...
Can I sideline something really quick?
Where are you coming from?
What I'm saying?
You remind me of so many...
What?
Can I sideline something really quick? Yeah. I've been really getting into Am I the Asshole on Reddit.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically people post like, am I an asshole for doing blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I hate that.
I know.
Who cares about that?
But listen. It's insane sometimes.
Right.
They're insane.
Right.
I've saved two things.
All right.
Okay, listen. These are
We're
two.
We're going to get back to Bob because he's he's such a nice... No, we will, but read me a couple of
Get back to Bob. But so this is one... this is just like 2 minutes of scrolling on this. Am I an asshole for kicking my son out for making dark humor TikToks about our daughter's death?
What?
Am I the asshole for uninviting my parents from my wedding after they judged my fiance for being divorced? My fiance was in a forced marriage when she was 13.
Yeah, you're an asshole for that. Yes.
You're an asshole for doing that?
They're your parents. They should be at your wedding. Yes. Because your wedding doesn't matter. It's not even about you. It's a fucking party. Get over yourself. Invite your parents.
Here we go. We're getting some steam right now.
Nobody cares.
But there's some pretty. Wedding. I saw one today where it was like a couple went walking through a park on the way back to. More? Well, those are just two I saved. I'll go on the fucking subreddit right now. There was one I read today where it was like,
watch me solve these people's problems so fast for them.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's just see how quickly we can solve our problems.
Am I the asshole? So, okay. I'm going to go to top this week.
But the problem is they all write these like fucking
super long
8-year-long like novels about it. They're fucking writing like, you know.
Am I the asshole for pre-gaming my wife's dinners? My wife and I are both 32. Oh my god.
Pre-gaming?
Okay.
I don't even know what that means.
Since we got married and moved in together 5 months ago, my wife has simply not made nearly enough food for me. This is not a kind of situation where I'm constantly agitated at her.
You're retarded. Eat shit and die. Next.
Let's see.
Allegedly.
Let's see. Am I asshole for saying my body is not just a result of having had no children? Am I the asshole for canceling vacation less than 24 hours due to my kids' behavior?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for leaving my niece's wedding reception early and taking my gift back?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for paying for a lounge at an airport during a long layover?
For what?
I feel like this guy. Here we go. I'm traveling with 5 friends now, and we were traveling cheap. However, we had one long layover at an airport with a great VIP lounge. The thing about these lounges, they have free food and liquor, and comfortable chairs and shower facilities. I told my friends I was about it, and they all said that they don't want to waste the money. So I went in the lounge by myself. I had some snacks, a few drinks, a quick nap, a long hot shower, and then I cuddled with my friends at the gate. My phone is fully charged. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, a little drunk. When we started talking, they were bitching about the cost of everything at the airport. They asked why I looked so pleased with myself. I told them about my stay in the lounge. 2 of them got visibly angry. They said I was an asshole for not telling everybody.
Well, those 2 people are
they sound like brokies, dude. Yeah.
They're just losers for you let the guy go to his like airport lounge.
That literally, that sounds like
air
something I would do.
It's so demoralizing anyway. If you can't afford to just like slightly make yourself feel better while you're being fucking herded like cattle in a very claustrophobic environment, and I'm referring to both the airplane and the airport, then yeah, go for it. Who gives a shit? Good for you.
Am I the asshole for losing, in quotes, my passport to avoid babysitting on my vacation?
What?
I don't understand. The problem is a lot of these are written by women, and they just fucking they go on and on and on.
So do the men, dude. Everyone goes on and on and on Reddit. That's why Twitter was nice, Reddit's nice for when you can go on, and then Twitter's nice, but it's like I never want to read that much. Too long, didn't read.
Am I the asshole for telling the lady 2 seats behind me on a plane she was screaming the whole flight?
Depends.
At the a short one. At the airport now, the lady 2 seats behind me on the flight had talked extremely loud the entire flight. I had earplugs in, it was piercing my ears. After the flight landed, the lady across the aisle from me looked terrified and said they're on their next flight. I got up and walked back and said, "You guys are flying to Florida next, right? You might want to consider being a little more quiet on your next flight." I had earplugs and you could hear you screaming the entire time.
Yeah, buddy, get off the plane. You're not even. It's not your problem anymore.
Exactly.
You're not helping the next guy. You're just letting off some steam that you should have done either ahead of time or not at all and dealt with it.
The amazing thing about these is there's such a personality to someone who posts on Reddit. To even be in this
subreddit.
Exactly. It's like
give me another. This is like Dear Abby. This is like the modern Dear Abby.
Yeah, it's Dear Ida. Dear Ida, am I the asshole for bringing my my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it? Damn,
that's very funny.
Okay,
and kind of actually, yeah, you shouldn't be touching someone's wallet ever under any circumstances.
It's not too long. I'm gonna read this one because this kicks ass. My sister-in-law, Amy, they're both in their 20s, always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet or comes up with excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nevertheless, in the past, I've just paid the bill and asked her to pay me back. She never has. She made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night. Before we left, I made it clear I wasn't going to be paying her bill. This is where I might be the asshole. And I'll admit I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men. Of course you did, you fucking Reddit sack of shit. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went right back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. You can't take someone's wallet
and put it in your purse. That's weird.
I think that's cool. When we're done eating, I asked for separate bills.
I understand her frustration.
She said no, we need one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet?" She was extremely furious. She said that I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So I'm the asshole for taking your wallet to the restaurant?
Well, it's just a violation of privacy.
It's a violation of privacy.
Here's the way you do go about that. You fucking talk to your husband and say, hey, get your bitch broke ass sister to pay for her own fucking meal.
There we fucking go.
It's her. It's not even your sister. What about your husband? Where is he in all of this? Conveniently not participating?
Am I the asshole for bringing up my brother's premature birth at Christmas dinner to get my parents to shut up?
Wait, say that again.
Am I the asshole for bringing my brother's premature birth at Christmas dinner to shut my parents up? That's too long.
I don't even know what that means. Next.
Let's see.
I'm pretty good at advice.
Am I the asshole for dropping our dinner on the ground and walking out when my boyfriend asked me, "What's for dinner tonight, bitch?" I mean, no.
Yes. Why would you drop the food on the floor?
Yeah,
waste a bunch of food because you're an emotional wreck. You're the one that married him, retard.
Am I the asshole for getting up from my chair in the middle of Christmas dinner and shouting, "Shut the fuck up about my body," in response to my husband's observation?
Well, I don't know what the observation was.
He was probably just being fucking.
Well, this is important information. We need these people don't understand context or like, you know.
Well, these are just the titles of the post.
Oh, I see.
So ever since I had my son months ago, my husband has started making indirect comments about my body.
Boy, this is gonna be a tough
one. He never says a hurtful this is gonna be tough for you, especially. You're gonna go off. He never says any hurtful words, but I find his observations, as he calls it, hurtful. For example, he'll see me wearing an old top and say, "That top used to look good on you, but not anymore, though." Who the fuck psycho husband do you have?
Yes,
hey, he's a massive dickhead. You always listen.
Solve this one.
Listen, your woman's always the beautiful queen. All right, you just key fucking.
Sometimes they're not always the beautiful queen.
You're always
if they ask
always a beautiful
how
queen.
they look, then you should be honest. But if they're not asking, then maybe don't.
Yeah, they're always beautiful. Just when in doubt, beautiful queen.
Really getting at it.
Or when she looks at my waist and says, "Wow, I didn't know your waist could get this wide." Jesus fucking Christ. What are you dating, Jake LaMotta?
Not great.
Basically passive stuff that's not passive. That's incredibly aggressive.
That's not passive at all.
Stuff that I tried to ignore.
Like, did she gain a bunch of weight?
Yeah. You know what? That's a tough conversation. That's a tough conversation to have.
It's really tough, and you should go about it in a really tactful way.
A good way to do it is do it together.
Politely. Yeah. It's something you should never make like offhand remarks about your wife's appearance or whatever. If she's genuinely gained a lot of weight out of concern, even just for her health, you should maybe ask her if everything's all right and like discuss it in a very calm and respectful way. But yeah, I mean, if I was with someone who was getting really, really fat, like I would mention it. Sorry.
The fucking
it's different with women, it is, but you know, it's if it's a point of concern.
Let me finish here. This went on for months and months and months. We went to Christmas celebration as family's home. My sister-in-law complimented my floral maxi dress, and my husband said, "I agree, it looks nice on you. Though I have to admit that your waist could get smaller than this." What is he? Like, who is this man?
He sounds like just kind of a prick and a scumbag.
Awkward silence took over. I was absolutely fuming, and this is my last straw. So I got up from the chair in the middle of dinner and shouted at the top of my lungs, "Shut the fuck up about my body." Okay, you had an autismo spurg out.
Yeah, you
never
shouldn't have approached it that way at all.
You should be able to terrify your husband with.
I also feel like she's not including context. Clearly, if this is something that continues to happen, why does it continue to happen? Is it because you haven't addressed it maybe perhaps in the right way? I don't know. It's just go to another one. I don't like this one.
Let's see. All right.
They're both crazy.
I'm gonna do top. Let's do top of all time.
All right.
Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, let's see that. That's very good. John's very good at filtering and using the filter tools.
It's amazing.
You're right. This isn't bad. I would never read these, but I like you reading them to me, and then I feel like I'm like the Dear Abby columnist.
Okay, this is good. Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house?
There's so many different people. Hold on. That was a lot. Say that again.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of the house? So I'm assuming that the brother-in-law. Well, let me just read this thing.
Okay.
My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. Well, Sammy, you better fucking pony up and get a goddamn apartment because 10 months is a long fucking time.
It's a long time.
He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloane, with him a couple months ago.
And you're bringing your kids?
Yeah,
Boy.
Jesus Christ, relax. They're eating dog food for the next 10 months. His sister, my wife, and I have one daughter, Zoe, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Sloane have no respect for Zoe's privacy, none. They used to walk in a room and take everything they get their hands on. Makeup, phone, accessories, clothes, school laptop, etc.
Bitch, you can stay at the Best Western.
Exactly. Zoe complained that if my baby girl was getting her shit stolen, you can stay under a fucking freeway overpass. I don't give a shit.
She was even getting like an attitude from these hoes.
Oh God, you're in
out.
Oh man,
Out.
You're eating Spam. You want some dinner? Spam. No snacks. I'm going. This drawer is my snacks. You get a fucking this cupboard. My snacks. You can put your snacks next to the accessory drawer in the kitchen. The screwdrivers, the cables.
How about this? You're out of the house. Bye.
All right, hold on. After all, they're girls, it's typical teenage behavior. I completely disagreed.
Yeah. I disagree.
So his wife saw no issue with this. Last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit that looks like a paint set, and she saved up for over a month, and one of the girls, Sloane, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while she was using it. I'll
take a replacement of the MAC, and I'll take 10 months rent, and you're out.
There we go.
Out.
Don't know much about makeup. Classic dude. But that's what Zoe said when she found the kid on her bed and she was crying. I told my wife, and she said she'd asked Sloane to apologize, but I got Zoe a lock after I found out she was moving valuable belongings out of the house because of this incident. Sammy and his daughters saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Sammy asked about it, and I straight up told him. He said, my daughters aren't thieves. It's normal that girls of the same age borrow each other's stuff. He said Zoe can easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart, and she shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place.
This is so stupid. I don't even care about this dispute. Next.
Yeah, all right, let's see.
Bye to this whole stupid family. You guys are all your problems are boring.
Damn, this one's going to be tough.
The fact that they're even thinking about this. Yeah, don't steal my daughter's shit or you're out. Like, enough. Like, I don't know why these people like to have conversations about this.
Let's see.
People should spend as little time as possible dealing with petty little disputes.
Damn.
Just be decisive and believe in your decision and fucking stand by it.
This is a real dude's rock moment.
All right.
Am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project car taken to the scrapyard? Yes. No. You're not the asshole. That is perfectly reasonable. Right. That's like I don't know how much a body of that thing's worth. Anyway, so I had a 1967 Apollo 4-door.
Why did your... Yeah, I guess you're not an asshole. Your girlfriend stole your car.
Your girlfriend stole your car and destroyed it.
Yeah, she committed Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I would think you would sue her. Or file charges. I don't know.
Oh my God. Am I the asshole for wanting to go to the funeral of a girl that I helped get addicted to drugs?
Yes.
Yes, dude.
Correct.
Yes, you're a massive
Absolutely.
asshole. Oh my God. Okay, this is it. This is a short one. I want to sincerely thank anyone who could shut the fuck up.
What?
Let's see.
What's the original? No one to shut up.
What's the original? Oh, here's the original.
I like this.
This is great.
I'm very good at this.
Okay, this is a short one.
I used to think I could never do a love line. In fact, I've said on here that I can never do a love line, but I'm like the Dear Abby.
I'm 26 and clean from heroin for 3 years. I was also a piece of shit and used to deal for a while. I managed to get with a beautiful girl named Marcy when I first started getting in the thick of things. She knew who I was and she said she loved me. All right. Real quick, fucking junkie. Real life isn't like fucking, train spotting. It's not some big romantic junkie story, okay? Everyone around you fucking hates your guts and you shouldn't show up to this girl's funeral even though you fucked her a couple times while you were fucking dozing off inside of her. Anyways.
I don't know who John's mad at, but he's upset at somebody.
I hate junkies. I will regret this for the rest of my life, but, I was the person who shot up Marcy for the first time. After that, there was no stopping her. She stuck around with me probably because it was her dealer more than anything.
Oh, were we still talking about this?
Yeah, but
the headline was enough. Yeah, no, don't go to the funeral.
Yeah, don't go. Hold on.
All right. You're still going to talk about Marcy and this retard?
Poor Marcy.
Fuck both these people. You let this retard get you addicted to drugs, he's going to show up and haunt you in your afterlife. How about that? At your fucking
I'm trying to find a shorter one because all these are fucking...
Just read the headlines. These people, the context matters if it's like a really, sticky topic, but most of these people's problems, it's like they're like asking for advice, but they already know the answer. They just want some righteousness. They want somebody to validate their version of events most of the time.
Damn, am I an asshole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin?
Yes. Yes, you are.
No, that kicks ass. That's sick. Oh, man, I wanna fucking...
I don't think your family needs to know about your sex life, and it's weird that you'd even reveal that to them.
Am I the asshole for wearing a joke bihini my friend got me? These are top of all time. What's so
crazy?
amazing
These
about
are so mid. These are mid problems. Mid problems. I would love to get Bob Grant giving these people advice. That would be so good if we could just bring him back to life.
Let's see.
He should have written the Barbie movie.
This is classic Reddit. Am I the asshole for storming off from my sister's wedding after she dead named my son?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, was it on purpose? Was it? If it was
for any reason, it's like her wedding.
I'm a 45-year-old single father of 3. Their mom died 10 years ago. I have 3 sons. Connor was born female. He is trans. He came out as trans 5 years ago, and he's now socially transitioned, but not yet physically.
Oh, no.
My sister just got married. My sister's pretty indifferent about it. Her wedding was really super well organized. She wanted all the men to wear t-shirt plus tie and the women to wear sundresses. I texted her a picture of our outfits the day before the wedding, and she said, "Where's Naya's dress?" I was a bit surprised and told him not to dead name my son and that he'll be wearing a shirt and tie like the rest of the men. We don't need context for this.
He's already the asshole. We've decided.
Yeah.
Give me the next headline.
You're a fucking dickhead.
These people suck.
Am I the asshole for silently getting up and walking out of the restaurant during New Year's Eve dinner after I was told to pay for everyone at the table, my in-laws? Yeah, no.
Well, no. Why would you be told? Where's the context for that? That we need context for.
Okay, let's see.
Like, did everyone forget their card conveniently and it's on you, or are you like wildly wealthier than everyone?
I, female 32, recently inherited a good amount of money from my mom. I keep the money in a separate account as I still haven't decided what to do with it and didn't want it to go to waste. I noticed my husband constantly bring up the inheritance money, making countless suggestions of how I should spend it. Another thing is that he expects me to pay for nearly everything the past couple weeks. For New Year's Eve, my husband and I met up with his family at a restaurant to celebrate. Everything was going fine until I found I was expected to pay for everyone at the table. My husband's mom joked about paying for my dinner out of my inheritance pocket, which made me livid. But what is with these people?
Yeah, if someone's bringing it up,
people?
No. If you're bringing it up, no.
This is what I do. I'd sit there, and I'd call, while they all expected me to pay for something, I would call a limo company, and I'd go, I want the longest stretch limo you have.
Limos are lame and
come and pick. I want it picked up, and I want to go to Vegas.
No one uses limos
Take me
anymore.
to the airport. I'm buying a ticket to Vegas. And then I'd have them pick me up, and I'd leave the meal.
Everyone would point at the limo and be like, "Look at this faggot!
I go, look at
ordering
this
a limo."
You're not even getting the joke.
I'm getting the joke.
Getting picked up in a big stretch limo.
Yeah, you're trying to flex, but your flexing ability here is not very good because a limo would just make you look like a retard.
What else do I get picked up in? An Uber X?
Yes, that's better than a limo.
It doesn't have the vibe.
They're not. What if they don't even see you getting out of the place?
Am I the asshole for telling my son he deserved his girlfriend breaking up with him?
Not if he did.
Am I asshole for calling my sister-in-law a racist after she compared my cooking to making Kung Pao chicken?
Yeah, maybe it tasted like Kung Pao chicken.
Am I the asshole?
And by the way, Kung Pao chicken's good. I'd be flattered if somebody told me that. Fuck that bitch.
Am I the asshole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my flatmate's girlfriend a lesson?
Yes, and you're a pervert.
You're a fucking pervert.
You're more than an asshole. You're a fucking freak. You should be committed to a fucking psych ward.
Oh, she has a complete aversion to knocking on his door when she comes in, so he decided to sleep on top of his bed naked.
Listen, it's get a lock.
Yeah, or just yell at her. Say, don't fucking. It's crazy. The passive aggressiveness of Reddit. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? Am I the asshole for switching to regular?
That's above my pay grade here.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to shut the fuck up after she insulted my sister's thighs? That's top.
Yeah. No, you should not let her insult your sister's thighs.
Newsflash: her sister's 12 years old.
Oh yeah, no,
you're not an
limits.
asshole. Tell her to shut the fuck up.
No, yeah, don't ever you should break up with her.
This is a female one you can answer. Am I the asshole for kicking out one of my bridesmaids for showing up in the wrong dress?
Okay, here's the thing. I have a lot of feelings about bridesmaids, and I'm not about that culture. I don't like it. I don't. Bridesmaid culture sucks. You have to pay for the dress. You have to like go to all these things. It's like a whole thing that you have to do, and you have to participate in this nonstop pomp and circumstance for somebody's fucking way too expensive party, and they're gonna get divorced anyway. And then you're like, you have to wear, and then nobody likes that. You can never re-wear the bridesmaid's dress. They're like ugly. They fucking suck ass. They look like shit. You shouldn't even have bridesmaids. Why do you need a bunch of fucking hoes and dudes standing behind you before you fucking get married? It doesn't even make any sense.
What happened to best man? Just like one dude.
You don't even need a person.
Now you need like a big group.
Dude, it's like a MySpace top 10. It's like here's my best friends and here's my best dude friends. Just marry your partner. Since when did it become about everybody else in your life?
I feel like back in the day it was
Marriage
like you had
so
the best
stupid.
man there in case some angry guy who like wanted to like.
In case somebody objects to your nuptials.
In case some angry guy would object to your nuptials but came in there with like a sword and because he wanted to fuck your wife.
And no one's wedding would ever be that exciting.
Well, back in like medieval times it might have happened. Like during the Renaissance it might have happened. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want to happen in my wedding. I want an angry guy to come in with a sword, and then I sick my best man on him. I go, listen, don't interrupt the festival.
John wants his wedding to be war. I mean, if it's not war, he's not interested.
Let's see.
Weddings suck. The fucking needing like your fucking let me rank my friends behind me. It's like for what?
This is
and then
pretty
and then the women have to like choose between their best friends and their sister, and then there's a maid of honor, and then there's there's like different ones. There's like several.
Am I an asshole for using flashcards to explain to my brother and his wife why they can't bring their rainbow baby to my wedding?
Before you even finish that question, if you're using flashcards to communicate in any way, shape, or form when you don't have to, yes, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Am I the asshole refusing to tell my husband the gender of our baby after he skipped going to the doctor appointment with me?
Yes, you're the asshole, yeah.
Yeah, people are usually, if you're questioning you're an asshole, it's usually like 90% asshole.
Yeah, it's like usually yes. Yes, you're the problem. And I can gather that because you decided to bring it here.
Am I the asshole for yelling at my girlfriend to stop fucking eating?
Yes.
These are insane.
I like this though.
Am I the asshole for ruining Thanksgiving? Let's see.
Well, what did you do?
I, 30 female, met my boyfriend, 30 male, 3 years ago. Before me, he was together with his high school sweetheart. They fell out of love and broke up. A year later, they started dating. His mom, however, was a year later we started dating. His mom, however, was still heartbroken about it. I was very understanding and thought she needed time to get to know me. The ex basically grew up with them and saw her as part of the family. For the first year of our relationship, his mom would call me his ex's name until boyfriend got angry once and told her to be nice. She laughed it off and said it was just a habit. After that, she started calling me the wrong name, Janet instead of Jenny, fictional names just for the story. I corrected her a couple times, which seemed to like hurting me, so I ignored it later. My boyfriend has 2 sisters, and a couple weeks before the Thanksgiving, we were invited to barbecue at the older sister's house. I was in the kitchen with my boyfriend's mom and sister and one of the husbands. The older sister then talked about how my boyfriend praised my cooking to her husband, and the mom was listening. And then she said out loud, "Sure, why don't you let Janet make the turkey this year?" The sisters giggled and looked at each other and said, "That's a great idea." I didn't tell my boyfriend what happened. On Thanksgiving, went to his mom's house with usual wine and dessert. She was shocked. Everybody was shocked. I said, "What? I thought Janet is bringing the turkey." There was yelling, crying, and then we got kicked out. My boyfriend is so angry with me, but he hasn't talked to me since. I think it's over, to be honest.
Yeah, good.
But did I do anything wrong?
Bitch, like, thank God this guy's out of your life. And his psychotic family. Why would you even want to be with someone who was raised by a literal witch? Next.
Am I the asshole for telling a social worker the real reason my sister wants a foster kid? Ooh, what's the real reason? Probably just Social Security shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for giving my mother-in-law a fake copy of my house key and exposing her on Christmas dinner?
What, bro?
Oh, damn. All right,
what fucking episode of Jerry Springer is this shit?
This is awesome. I want to preface this by saying that I, female 34, married my husband, male 37, a year ago. His mom is snoopy and annoying as fuck. She can't help it, and that's just how she is. My husband and I purchased a new house recently. My mother-in-law kept pushing us for an emergency key. She promised that she would only use it in an emergency, but given the fact that she had an emergency key to our old apartment and walked in on us being intimate twice, my husband didn't think about it as a big deal. I just couldn't trust her, so I sent her a fake key after she kept pushing, and she had a smug look on her face after I hand-delivered it to her. Days go by, and on Christmas dinner, mother-in-law angrily called me out on the fact that I gave her a fake copy of the house key. She shamed me for doing this in front of everyone.
How
but
would
in my defense,
then she has to admit that she tried to break into their house.
Yeah, but in my defensive, I asked her how she found out, and she says days ago when she came over at 4 while my husband and I were out. I reminded her, didn't you promise you wouldn't use it unless there was an emergency? So you tried to get in when there was no emergency. You broke the promise you made us. She looked red in the face, and the other family started staring, and some even laughed at her for the face she made.
Yeah.
She suddenly got up from her seat and rushed into the kitchen where she had a huge meltdown so loud that next door neighbors must have heard. Literally, I've never heard a 60-plus-year-old woman throw a tantrum like that.
Well, it's because she wants to fuck her son.
Yeah, basically.
And that's the
Needless
problem.
to say, dinner went awkward,
women.
and my husband and sister were giving me looks. My husband went off on me in the car and said I lied and manipulated, humiliated him, and exposed his mom.
Yeah, she should be exposed. Your mom's like dumb as hell and really pathetic and lame. Should be exposed. And she wants to fuck you, so you should probably praise your wife for being smarter, smart enough to not fall for that shit.
Am I
getting a key to my house, even for a fucking emergency? How about you're the emergency? How about every time you come over, I'm having a fucking anxiety attack because you suck?
Oh, this is a good one. Am I the asshole for canceling the entire vacation when I found out that my stepdaughters deliberately hid my daughter's passport to get her to stay home? No.
I don't even understand that.
So basically, I've been married to my wife, Beth, for 5 years. I have a biological daughter named Jessica. She's 18. And I have 2 stepdaughters named Monica and Leah. They're 25 and 28. So these are older girls bullying a little 18-year-old girl. Both are single moms and live with us currently. There's been issues about my stepdaughters asking my daughters to babysit the kids. Jessica didn't have a problem with it first, since this is what she does to earn money, but since her stepsisters don't pay her much, she just refused to babysit. We worked this out by having my wife take care of paying for the babysitting. I planned a family vacation for 3 days, and everyone wanted to go. However, both Monica and Leo suggested that Jessica stay home and watch the kids, since Beth doesn't want her grandkids to come. They said it's because the kids are used to Jessica and hiring another babysitter would cause issues. She also said that Jessica isn't too fond of our destination, but it was obvious that Jessica wanted to go. They insisted, and Beth offered to pay her double, and there was just a lot of back up and forth until I demanded they stop bringing it up.
I'm already so lost because there's so many names being thrown at me.
This guy's stepdaughter, he has a biological daughter and then 2 stepdaughters.
You're right. The stepdaughters are older and have children.
They want his biological daughter to stay behind while they're on vacation to babysit their kids. And then before going on vacation, they hid her passport so she couldn't come. So he canceled the whole fucking vacation.
Yeah, I mean... Fine.
Yeah, that's some real daddy shit.
Your adult daughters suck ass.
Yeah, your adult stepdaughters suck.
What amazes me is that these people put themselves in these situations where they marry just complete lunatics, and then they're amazed when there's a problem that comes up. Like, ask me for advice where I will blame the victim, because these are all like, you're not the fucking victim.
Am I the asshole for ruining both my parents' marriages for disowning me?
Now, how did you do this? How are you capable of destroying their marriages?
Let's get into it. I'm the byproduct of my parents' extramarital affair. Both of them had spouses at the time. My birth mother got pregnant and had to tell her husband that he was overseas when I was conceived, and there's no way I was his. A few months after I was born, they decided not to divorce. I was given to my grandparents on my mother's side to raise without my birth father secretly paying. I was given to my grandparents on my mother's side to raise with my birth father secretly paying child support without his wife's knowledge. Both my parents had other children. My dad's side knows nothing about me, but my siblings on my mom's side were told that I was adopted by my grandparents.
Boy, there's so many lies here. I don't even know what the problem is. But this is a fucking mess. This is a mess. Just give me another headline.
Let's see. Am I the asshole for shouting at my ex in front of my daughters?
What? It's like,
am I the asshole for deleting my friend's wedding photos in front of them? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it. Hold on. I'm not really a photographer. I'm a dog groomer. I take lots of photos of dogs all day and put them on Facebook and Instagram. It's my thing, if that makes sense. I cut and photograph with every appointment. I very seldom shoot things other than dogs, even if I have a nice setup. A friend got married a few days ago. I wanted them to save money. Asked them if I'd shoot. They wanted to save money, so they asked if I'd shoot. So
they asked a fucking dog groomer to.
Well, he takes a lot of photos. I told them it's not really my forte, but he convinced me. I was saying he didn't care if they were perfect. They were on a shoestring budget, and I agreed to shoot it for $250, which is nothing for a 10-hour event. On the day of, I'm driving around following the bride, and she goes from appointment to appointment before the ceremony, taking photos along the way. I shoot the ceremony itself, and during the reception, I'm shooting speeches and people mingling. I started around 11 a.m. It was due to finish around 7:30 p.m. At around 5 p.m., food was being served, and I was told I cannot stop to eat because I need to be a photographer. And it's in the old Veterans Legion. It's like 110 degrees, and there's no AC. I told the groom I need to take off for 20 minutes to get something to eat and drink. There's no open bar or anything. I can't even get water. My 2 water bottles are long empty. He tells me I need to either be a photographer or leave without pay.
This is Jeff Bezos' wedding, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. With the heat, being hungry, being generally annoyed at the circumstances, I asked if he was sure, and he said yes. So I deleted all the photos and took of him in front of him and took off saying I'm not his photographer anymore.
Yeah, you're the
asshole. If I was to be paid
$250,
honestly, at a point, I would have paid $250 just for a glass of water. And have to sit somewhere for 5
I mean, buddy,
minutes.
You could have figured out a way to get a fucking drink of water. Don't act like you couldn't fucking figure out a way to drink. Why are you asking permission? Fucking
sit down, get a drink of water.
What is the guy like? The fucking CEO of Goldman Sachs?
What is this? Grapes of Wrath? You're like in a boxcar, like, hey boss, can I have some B stamps and a can of peaches? Like, relax. How about
this isn't a job that can be replaced? So you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
give him the fucking photos. These people are so stupid. I can't even believe some of these people.
It's really amazing how dumb these people are.
They shouldn't even exist.
Am I the asshole for firing an employee after his parents died?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I mean, it's like some of the shit that these people, it's like unbelievable.
Let's see.
Unbelievable. What an embarrassment to the human race some of these people are.
Am I the asshole for getting mad my artist hid their initials in my tattoo? That's kind of,
they should never do that.
They shouldn't do that.
I bet your tattoo is pretty fucking stupid, though.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe the initials help.
Am I the asshole for taking my niece to court over a coat?
Yes.
Oh, I want to hear this. Oh, what's the
wait, hold on.
post?
What's the coat and like how much do you hate your niece?
Let's see how much this coat is. All right, it's kind of a short post.
I mean, some Birkin bags are worth like $45,000. So
I, 28 female, have a niece, 16 female. She's my only sister's only child. 2 years ago, I married a very wealthy man, and because of the pandemic, last Christmas was my first of my in-laws. My mother-in-law gifted me a coat that is worth more than $20,000. I saw her wearing it, asked her where she bought it, and she said it'll be my Christmas gift from her. I didn't know how much it was. I knew it was expensive, but I thought maybe $3,000 at most. I was visiting my sister last January. When my niece saw it, she Googled the brand and showed me how much it really was. I won't lie, I didn't wear it after that because I was afraid of ruining it. Last week, I wore it while visiting my sister. When I was putting it back on to leave, I felt something go splat on my back. Then my niece started cackling and the smell of paint hit me. I was so pissed off while she was not apologetic at all. Her mom screamed at her and said that she was grounded. Then she said she'll have to pay for the dry cleaning. While I was in the car, still in shock, I got an alert that my niece posted a reel of her doing the prank on me, and she said I'm going to hit my aunt's $20,000 coat with a paint-filled balloon to see how she reacts.
This is an amazing story.
I saved it on my phone, sent it to her mom, and told her that a week's grounding is not enough. She did not reply, but I saw that my niece took it down. It got less than 5 views by then. The next day, I found out my coat cannot be saved, so I called my sister and told her that her daughter has to pay it back. How's a 16-year-old going to come up with
$20,000? How about me? You should go to your mother-in-law and tell her what happened.
Go to the mother-in-law.
Obviously, it's a drop in the bucket for them.
Yeah, be like, hey.
And then never talk to your sister's kid again.
Well, just go to the sister and be like, there has to be some like penance.
I'm sure there's something that you could do with the dress where if it's a coat that's that expensive, you could probably take it back and say this happened.
Take it to another dry
designer. No, you take it to the designer. You don't.
It's like a $20,000 coat.
You should not be dry cleaning a $20,000 coat in the first place. So this bitch is also retarded that she thinks she can just like take it to the dry cleaners. Why would you trust them? If anything happens, this bitch is crazy.
This bitch is crazy. In my opinion, they should sell my niece's car and pay me back my money. That's crazy.
Well, that's psychotic, bitch. You married an extremely wealthy person.
She did not reach an agreement.
I see why she deserved the paint.
So I told her that I will be suing and reminded her that I have a video evidence that her daughter did it on purpose for online clout, knew exactly how expensive it was. People in my life are not objective at all. They have some calling me an asshole, some saying they are assholes for not buying me a new one, and some so obsessed with the price of the coat they're calling me out simply owning it and wanting a new one.
She's insane for thinking that she should have her own family buy her a new one. They can't afford that.
Here's the crazy thing is, not the asshole. This is a really good way for your niece to learn that actions have consequences. And hopefully, here's the thing: these fucking Redditors, these like the most liberal people on Earth are the most Machiavellian fucking psychopaths on planet Earth.
Well, their disputes, you can really tell who a person is based on the quality of their disputes. These are really low quality disputes. These are trashy people with disposable income. These are classless people with disposable income and frankly stupid.
This is hilarious.
Many of them are very stupid.
Do you want an insight into this shit? It's so fucking funny. Okay. This is like the most, you'll get it. This is the update as to what happened.
Okay. Yeah, what did happen? This is the most interesting one that you've said so far.
Well, her husband got home.
It hits everything. It's classism. It's fucking everything.
Her husband got home. That's what happened. My husband got home. I told him what happened and showed him the video. He asked if I spoke with my brother-in-law. I said no.
Brother-in-law, the husband of the kid.
The father of the kid that threw the thing. All my conversations with my sister. He said, "You're both hysterical bitches," and then he'll take care of it.
Wow.
Now, I didn't say, he didn't write, that wasn't written down, but I put that myself.
Oh, I was going to say, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's how it should have been.
What a perfect resolution.
Goes, You're both hysterical bitches, and the men will handle it. My husband talked to my brother-in-law, told him exactly what happened, and showed him the prank video. Then he told him the coat was insured. We will be filing a claim and submitting the video, and we might have to file charges for the claim. He assured him that we will be dropping the charges. We do not want to send the niece to jail.
Then he told them that one of two things might happen. After our insurance pays us, they will come after them. If their insurance pays, the premium will skyrocket. If it doesn't...
Wait, go back. Say that again.
So her husband told the brother-in-law what's going to happen.
Yeah, the insurer. Yeah.
After the insurance pays them for the count, they will come after, their insurance company will come after the family.
Got it.
If the insurance pays, their premium will skyrocket. If it doesn't, they might sue them and might get a lien on their house.
Well, premium for what? Is this like a constant insurance?
It's like a $20,000. I mean, that's not a crazy. I mean, that's not in the.
No, but I'm saying, like, how long is it insured for? Yeah. You're not paying like monthly insurance. What premium? What are they talking about? I don't know how any of this works. I can't afford this shit.
My brother-in-law asked if there's a way he could pay us without involving insurance. My husband told him that this was what we wanted at first, but that my sister insisted they will not be paying us back. Apparently, my brother-in-law was not in the know, and he was very pissed off what my niece did and my sister's response. So they came to this solution. Oh, Jesus. My niece's car will be sold, and if that doesn't fetch the whole compensation money, she will have to get a job and pay me the whole check until it's paid off.
That's
also,
crazy.
She is grounded for the rest of the school year. That's too much. Too much. She's a child. She's 16. She's a child.
No, listen, she kind of needs a lesson here because 16 is old enough to know you don't do that. You don't do that shit.
How dependent
And by
is
the
she
way,
on the car?
a 16-year-old doesn't need to have a car. They should be able to have one. So sell her fucking car. She doesn't need it. She's 16 years old. She's probably gonna go, suck some guy's dick anyway.
Am I the asshole for wearing a wedding dress at a wedding? Yes. Are you insane? I kind of want to read this one. All right. It sounds crazy.
And then after that, we're gonna wrap it up. But this is a fun segment.
It is. I knew you'd like this. My friend, 20 female and I, 19 male, have been friends for a few years, and she recently got engaged. A week ago, I got a DM from her for a small costume party she was hosting as a celebration for her getting engaged.
Costume party for her engagement?
Yeah.
What a weirdo. Fucking Frankenstein's bride here.
I thought it would be funny to go to an engagement costume party as the corpse bride. I arrived at her house yesterday. Everything seemed normal. A few people complimented my costume and I was having a lot of fun. After 10 minutes, my friend's fiance walked out in a black tuxedo and announced that this was actually their wedding. That's a big mistake.
You couldn't have known. Also, if you're a corpse bride, you look different. It's fine.
And apparently my friend saw a video of someone doing the same.
Hold on. These people made their costume party, engagement, their wedding. Fuck all these people. Trashy ass weirdos. Don't have a wedding and make it a costume party.
Yeah, that's trashy. It's
fucking
your fault.
Art freak losers. This is insane.
Am I the asshole for not letting my miracle baby niece be my flower girl at my wedding?
Man, everything is about weddings with these people. Does anybody have problems outside of your fucking elaborate, luxurious party that you don't need to have? Probably because like your relationships are meaningless to begin with. If every dispute you have is over some fucking wedding or like etiquette or a $20,000 coat, it's like these people are lucky to have these non-problems fucking invade their mind every single day. This is the shit you're fucking trying to figure out every day. Some people have some people have real problems. I think that was a Sia album.
Yeah,
some people have real problems.
It'd be crazy if it was like, am I the asshole for abandoning my wife in Damascus in 2014?
Right. Am I the asshole for playing Wordle in the Gaza Strip? Barry Weiss submits that one. It's am I the asshole for fucking, I don't know. There's way bigger. Imagine like Donald Rumsfeld, like fucking in this Reddit thread, being like, "Am I the asshole for?"
That's insane.
For skewing some words around. It's like these people are crazy, and none of them are respectable. And we're gonna listen to somebody that isn't crazy, who's a little crazy, just to play us out.
Not to praise him, then you turn around praising him.
What I'm saying is that these three people.
Would you raise your hand and say, I'm that little weasel, that little phony Mark, so I can punch your lousy nose down your throat? Get off my phone, you creep! What a weasel. Very quickly.
Weasel.
Hello, George.
Yes.
Hello, George.
I have tried to get through to you many days, and I have to say that one of my main things is that I have no respect for you whatsoever because you have no veracity, no integrity.
Do you know what veracity means?
Yes.
What does it mean?
It means that you're a liar. It means that you
voraciousness.
Old men yelling at each other kicks ass.
Cater to dummies.
You cater to dummies.
Well, how come you called me then? How come you're in the audience?
Veracity, like
listen
verify.
To the stink to know how much it stinks. and you are something that I believe that the
Oh, shut up, you loser.
This guy kicks it. Old men yelling at each other is amazing.
You can't spit it out.
Something important, like what's on your mind?
Okay, what's on my mind is, well, number one, I'm going to make a resolution. I'm not going to talk about anything that may be controversial because I guess I don't come over properly.
That's true. You don't come over properly.
Well, I certainly, I don't mean anything by what I say, except I've always felt that representation is just a little overbearing in for some.
Does anyone know how to talk?
They're old men.
I mean, old men know how to talk. Winston Churchill knew how to talk.
Well, Winston Churchill was drunk. He was constantly drunk.
And he could still talk.
Yeah, but he was Winston Churchill. These are like these guys are grease monkeys for 30 years. And then they're just fucking
politics. They're sitting there talking about like NAFTA and shit. They could fucking spit out a sentence.
I mean, get ready. That's what I'm going to talk like in 30 years.
Joe Biden? You're going to talk like Joe Biden?
I'm going to be in here. I'm going to be going,
I
gotta poop.
Too many Jews, right? Hey, Phil, too many Jews, right, Phil? Isn't that?
No, you said it. I didn't say it.
No, but that's what's on your mind at all times. And that's why you and I always wind up arguing, because you're so anti-Semitic, you can't see straight, you can't think straight, you can't talk straight.
Well, one of us isn't talking straight right now. I happen to be very calm.
This guy's winning.
I'm not calm.
He is.
I get agitated because I know that in the back of your mind, no matter what you start out talking about, you wind up with some anti-Jewish shtick.
Accusing him of anti-Semitism in that day and age was a real kill shot.
That was a big deal.
That was a real kill shot.
Okay. Well, reverse discrimination.
All right.
A few years ago...
By the way, Phil.
Yeah.
Since everybody wants me to promote other programs, let me promote my own. Tomorrow, a guy by the name of Chester Grabowski is supposed to come in. He publishes something called The Post-Eagle. You'll like him. He's real anti-Semitic. And he's going to be a guest on the show because I challenged him to back.
These are back in the days where you'd look an anti-Semite in the eyes and make fun of him and let him speak.
And in a recent front page of his little paper, he says, editor accepts invitation from radio host Bob Grant. So he's going to be on tomorrow. Chester will be on. You're not a friend of his, are you, Phil?
Believe me, my opinion, the only thing that I ever tried to express was the overabundance of representation by certain minorities in this country.
Can you be more specific?
I don't talk about that.
That is kind of crazy to say that.
Okay, you want to give the Jews a rest, okay.
What I want to say is this. A few years ago, a diner was held up.
Oh boy.
A minority group.
Do you want to identify them?
Well, they were black.
Why do you find it so difficult to say that? Why do you go, well, they were black? Why do you do it that way?
Here we go, Bob.
This diner.
That was out on Long Island, pal.
And they forced a woman.
This is a Long Island racist. Many such cases.
Acts on the ones that perpetrated the crime.
What are they? You know, you're being so vague. You're making me nervous. What did they force her to do?
They obviously raped her.
Well, they forced them to do...
Perform fellatio? Well, I remember the case, Phil. I know
remember the case.
All right.
Can I say this?
I don't know why Phil gets me nervous.
Why is it that when it's black on white, a situation like that was so detest and so ugly, it was never... No one ever kept that going in the paper.
He's like, I'm a racist. I'm not anti-Semitic.
Yeah, he hates everybody.
No, he doesn't hate the Jews. He hates the blacks.
Yeah.
Attacked the people walking out of this concert.
Yeah, we should have sent Diana Ross a bill.
Excuse me?
We should have sent Diana Ross a bill.
Well, why is it that people that more or less represent this city, and there are I think there's still at least 50% white people in this city, why is it that we can't get anyone to speak out and say, look, what they did in Howard Beach was gross, but what you did in Central Park could never be forgiven.
Well, you said it. Thank you, Phil. Right
Damn.
now we're going to check in.
Well, Bob Grant is a pretty
dark.
legendary guy. He should be answering the advice columns on Reddit, but they're beneath him.
Am I the asshole?
At this point in my life, it's not beneath me, but perhaps one day, and hopefully, I will get to a point where I no longer have to see anything from Reddit ever again. But unfortunately, that is not the reality I live in, and we all live online in some way, shape, or form, and it's very sad. It's very sad, but the internet's amazing. All right, guys. Well, we love you very much. Thank you for being here. Any parting words, Sean?
No.
No.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night.